Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing a reaction video on 18 cultural differences between the USA and Europe. Now, this is actually from a channel that I've been watching off and on for probably a few months now. Drew Binkski, actually. He does a ton. Yeah, right here. He does a ton of videos. Like, he'll go to like different isolated tribes, different countries. Um, all sorts of really cool stuff and like lost tribes of the Amazon, for instance, or like like going like traveling in North Korea, just these crazy off the wall places. And so anyways, I seen this one come up, 18 cultural differences between the USA and Europe. And I was like, oh wow, that's literally perfect to react to for the channel. Instead of just watching it in my spare time, I'm going to record this one so you guys can watch me learn about these differences, right? We're going to learn together. You're not just watching me learn, you're going to learn. And that's what's awesome about this channel and what's awesome about you guys, because if there's anything wrong in the video, you're going to let me know in those comments, in that comment section. So anyways, I'm going to hit like. I've already subscribed, like I said, months back, but we're going to jump into it and we're going to check this out.
The USA and Europe are similar in size, population, standard of living, and lifestyle. But as an American myself, after spending more than 1 year of my life in Europe and visiting every single country on the continent, there are some major cultural differences that need to be addressed. Bonjour! Disclaimer, I know it's impossible to group Europe into one category, so these are general realizations that may not exist in every European country. Here are 18 cultural differences that Europe has over the USA. Second bourgeois en Paris. 1. Pay to use public toilets. It's not free to pee or do your business in public.
I've heard that actually, and it makes sense because you got public bathrooms, restrooms, or whatever you want to call it here in the United States, and they are rancid. They're disgusting. Nobody takes care of them. Nobody wants to take care of them. If you're paying, there's at least money going into it to maybe pay for better janitor service to keep it clean, or I don't know. It makes sense. It's €1 or one, and it's like, how often do people need to use a public restroom anyways? Probably not a whole lot, so it's not a big deal. You're not gonna go broke by doing it, right?
You have to pay usually €1 to use the bathroom, even if it's just to wash your hands. 2. Water is not free. When you order water in a restaurant, it usually comes in a tiny glass bottle and costs €2 to €5. They love sparkling water too, so make sure to tell them you want still water. Can I get a still water, please? Travel tip. Carry around an empty water bottle and fill it up in sinks or public fountains.
Still water or carbonated water, is that what he said? They like carbonated water. They're very interesting. I don't really care for carbonated water. I don't really drink a lot of water anyways. Most of the time I'm drinking coffee, sweet tea, stuff like that, but yeah.
It's all purified. 3.
Purified public drinking water. Now that is something that you don't see here. You don't get purified water in the public, like fountains and stuff like that, or drinking water, drinking fountains, whatever you want to call them. It's usually just the city water. That's actually really, really cool.
Every city has history. In America, we don't have much to talk about before the 17th century. In Europe, some castles are 500 years older than the US even became a country. 4. They drive less. Public transportation is everywhere and efficient in Europe, and most cities are pedestrian and bike friendly.
Especially the Netherlands, which you already know that if you've been watching my channel.
There's really no need for a car, and gas is too expensive anyways. 5. Sports are not a family affair. In the States, we pregame and drink beers and tailgate for sports games with our families and friends. In Europe, sports aren't such big events.
I'm not a sports person either. I'd fit in better in Europe. I'm not the typical American that's all about the sports, and I don't watch sports. I don't follow sports. I don't really care for sports. Not too much.
Except for soccer, which they love. 6.
Soccer, now that's pretty cool. I actually was watching the Women's World FIFA Cup tournament, whatever, and I kind of don't mind that. And I like ice hockey too. I never really followed it or anything, but like a few times I've seen it and stuff, and it's pretty sweet. Okay, go put them on. I'll help you in just a couple minutes, okay?
Smaller food portions. This is the size of a normal meal in Europe. and this is a standard Coke. Also, ketchup is not free and comes in glass bottles. So
Very interesting. Yeah, normally here, like the condiments are free for the most part, unless you go to like sometimes you go to fast food restaurant and you know, you get your ketchup and stuff with it, and a lot of times they'll ask you ketchup, barbecue, or ranch, like if you get chicken nuggets and stuff. Some kind of off the wall sauces. Sometimes they'll charge you if you want extra or like, you know, whatever, but for the most part, you get your condiments for free.
seriously? 7. Cigarettes are fashionable. They aren't so looked down upon among Europeans either. I guess they don't have the DARE program in Europe.
I used to smoke cigarettes. You probably know, you probably seen me like in my earlier videos. I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked for probably going on 2 years, or it's been well over a year. I do vape, unfortunately. I got this little vape, but hey, it's got to be better than cigarettes for sure, right?
In other words, smoking equals cool. 8. They dress nicer. They don't just throw on basketball shorts, a university t-shirt, and sandals. Sup, dude? They always dress to impress. And about those haircuts. 9. They can speak multiple languages. It's not uncommon to meet Europeans who speak 4, 5, or 6 languages fluently.
This beer is very good. Das Bier ist ausgezeichnet. To pivo je výborný. Je to pivo očem vkusné. To pivo je veľmi dobré.
10. They
Belgian beer. That's where it's at.
recycle more. Metal cans, plastic, paper, bottles.
That is something that we need to do more of, honestly. I mean, there's landfills around here that are just, it's not good. It's not good. It's just a mountain of trash. Recycling should be more common here, but they do have recycling centers, but it's not easy like that. Like you got to go out of your way to do it, so it makes it a hassle to where a lot of people don't actually do it. It's not so easy like that.
Europeans recycle more and take better care of their environment. In Germany, the government incentivizes you with 25 cents for returning an empty bottle. Empty water bottles can make you rich in Germany. Many Americans seem to throw trash on the streets without thinking about the consequences. 11. Coins actually matter. Don't lose your euros. This handful of coins is 20 euros or 24 US dollars. If these were quarters, it'd be about $3. See the difference? 12. Toilets have 2 buttons. This makes a lot more sense, right? Big ones for poop, small ones for pee, to save a lot of water every flush. Also, bathroom sinks are tiny. It's like for little kids. 13.
Why is the sink so small? Does it get do you get a big mess of water on the floor? You go into a public restroom and there's water all over the floor into the sink? I bet so.
Electric cars. It's more and more common to drive small electric cars in Europe. Once again, better for the environment. And you can pull into these parking spaces and you charge it. It's so simple. 14. Fewer trash cans. I never have this problem back home, but in Europe, it always seems like there's a trash can every 2 miles. But believe
it probably goes back to they take better care of their environment. It's just they don't want trash thrown on the street.
it or not, the streets are clean. 15.
Not that we want trash thrown on the street here either, but there's a lot of delinquents that just do it.
Street signs are tricky. Can't find the street sign? Look on the building. It's usually there. 16. Dinner is an all-night activity. Expect to spend 3 or more hours schmoozing and eating with your friends at the dinner table.
Okay.
In the US, if we wait more than 5 minutes to get our check, we talk to the manager. Don't
Holiday times though. Holiday times it can take hours, or like when you get together with your family, you haven't seen them for a while, and everybody gets together for a lunch date, not date, but like a lunch get together, or sitting around for dinner, going out to a restaurant with your family. It might be 2 or 3 hours. Some families, of course.
Don't be in a hurry if you're going to dinner with Europeans. 17. They love the outdoors. You'll notice this by seeing tons of parks and outdoor cafes all over Europe. They love their leisure time and they don't use their phones as much as we do. 8.
I love outdoors too. Unfortunately, it's been cold and rainy lately, so I've been cooped up in the house for a while, and it kind of sucks. I can't wait for spring to come around for the nice warm weather so I can sit out front and drink my coffee, or out back under the apple trees. I like that spot.
18. Longer vacation. Many European countries, like France, have 6 or more weeks of vacation, or holiday as I call it. In the US, 2 weeks would be generous. So, what do you guys think? Did I miss anything on this list? I'd love to know your thoughts.
They don't eat as much greasy fast food. I think. Is that something maybe? Is that a thing? I know there's not. I mean, they have McDonald's, they have stuff like that over in Europe, but it's not like as common. Let's see what else. I know the food's healthier. There's less processed crap. There's less chemicals. I don't know if that's a cultural difference, but it's a difference nonetheless. Anyways, that was that. You guys have a super fun, awesome day. Check out his channel. He has good stuff. Hit like, hit subscribe, and you can always find the links to the original video in the description section down below. All right, take care.